Hey everybody, I've had a lot of questions recently about how I go about making reels and how I do my editing. So I just want to take a second to talk to you guys about that. And I know everybody's got a varying degree of skill level when it comes to working with PCs, working with software. I've got a lot of different background and a lot of different things. I'd never specifically done video editing before I got into pipeline. So first off, if you are looking to start getting into content creation, I can't say enough about pipeline, guys. It will teach you a whole bunch of stuff. Not specifics necessarily, but it will lead you in the right direction. So first off, what do I use to do my own video editing? I use DaVinci Resolve. It is free. It is easy to use, relatively, and you can go into doing a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So with Reels, what we're going to start off with doing is we're going to go over to our cut tab and into where our media pool is going to be. We're going to right click on the media pool. We're going to create a new timeline. If we were just going to create a regular video, guys, we would just start copying and pasting media into here and we'd start dropping it down and doing stuff with it. But we got to switch it to a Reels. So we're going to create a new timeline. We're going to go to use project settings and deselect that. That's going to give us a whole bunch of settings up top. We're going to go to format and we're going to click on use vertical resolution. Okay, so that's going to set it so that the screen is in your reel format, and then you can start to work on stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and drag a clip down into here. Boom, there it is. All right. So now the media you want to edit is now sitting in your media pool. And the next thing you do is you're just going to come down, you're going to drop it down into here. Done. What I like to do then is I like to get my initial edit, my first cut, if you will, because I got a whole bunch of other stuff on this particular reel. So I think what I want to work on is out here somewhere. Let's go over here. So this was me and Redneck dropping in yesterday. Now he's dead. Yeah. All right. So let's take that as a cut right here. And what I'm going to do is everything I don't want, I'm just going to go ahead. So all I did, I put the red line where I wanted it, and I went up and I clipped it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just hit delete, and that's gone. So big fat cut off of that, guys. So then we're going to go ahead. Columns. Yeah, we got guys. So we got a guy dropping in with us. It's great. So me and Red are going to go in here. We'll pick up some guns. Whoa, I didn't even know where I was getting shot from. Pretty standard for me. So I'm going to throw out this mine. And I'm going to run out of ammunition, and then I'm going to get shot in the face.
Whoa! Fuck you, bitch!
Yeah, that guy was very rude about that. I told him to be nice. So now I'm going to go ahead and suck him back inside so I can get this little clip. Yeah. Gets killed by this cluster mine. Boom. Well done. Okay, that's the beauty of the reel. Okay, actually, we'll take a little bit more. Yeah, you did. The guy that looked like cluster mine. All right, so that's the clip. That's all I want to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the rest of it. Now, so how are we going to turn this into a reel? Because right now all we have is this little video in the wrong spot. So here's how I do it. I'm sure you can find a million other ways to do this, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that whole thing, and I'm then going to paste it onto the end. So now you see it's back to back, but we don't want it back to back. We actually want it at the same time. So I'm just going to drag it. I'm going to drop it up top. I'm going to make sure it lines up perfectly, and I'm going to mute one of them because I don't want audio feeding both. So I'm going to mute one of them. Okay. So far, so good. So far, it's been really straightforward, I think. We're going to go down. We're going to click on the edit tab right here at the bottom. Okay. Now we're going to have to edit these individual streams. All right. So we're going to click the first one we want to edit. So I'm going to click on the bottom one here. Okay. And I'm going to click that I want to transform it. So that's this button here. If you drop it down, you can see there's transform, crop, dynamic zoom. You can play with that if you want. So there's all these different things you can do, but I'm going to start with transform. So all I want to do is transform the video, which means I want to move it and manipulate it around the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this down here. Okay. And what I'm going to do right now, just to get this out of the way, is I'm going to drag the upper one to the top, but I want to start with the bottom one because what we want is we want that bottom section of our reel, the big piece of it, right? So what I like to do is I just like to expand this out, okay, until my camera's gone. I'll play with this a bit more, guys. It takes a little bit of playing with to get it just the size you want it, but I want it down out of the way. So there we go. We're going to adjust it, but that's a good start. Now we're going to go to the top piece here, guys. And we're going to go to crop. We want to crop this because what we want is the face cam, right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to crop this. I know it's going to be, again, it's a rough crop. Okay. So we've cropped it right here using the crop tool. Now we're going to go back to transforming it because we want to change what it looks like. So we're going to expand this out. Once I get it here, I'm going to do a fine adjust on that crop so it looks, the edges look really good. Okay, we're gonna just bring this in, cut that junkiness off of it. Maybe adjust this one a little bit because we want that pipeline logo in there. Okay, let's get the top down so we get the half moon. Okay, so now the crop on the top is perfect. I'm gonna go back to retransform it. This takes, again, guys, just a little bit of playing around with it to get it just the way you want it. So now it's hard to see in this particular window. So I always go back over to click and or cut to see how that looks. You can see it's pretty well formed around the edges. We might have cut that pipeline image off a little bit, so we'll shuffle that back over. Okay, yeah, just dial that in just the way we want it. Let's have a look. No, this is where you got to play with things a little bit, guys. So we're just gonna bump that up. It's got to go a little bit higher, but that's okay. Okay, so now that we've got that pretty much dialed in, I'm gonna go back over to my edits, and I'm gonna transform the other video, the lower one. So we're gonna bump it up so that it ties in nice. If it's not big enough, we'll stretch it out a bit. I like having that pipeline logo in there. Perfect. Look at that. Perfect. That's just the way I want it. All right, so if I play this now, the two videos are synced perfectly together. We'll drop it in hot.
Just got this.
So what I want to do is show you what I did is I recorded a quick voiceover. Now all I do for voiceover is I just record a video and I drop it on top of the other two videos and adjust the opacity of it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So I want the intro on this video. So what I'm going to do is I've recorded a video, which is right here. I'm going to drag this down onto my video chain. And I'm going to just go ahead and edit that real quick. Sometimes you don't always know you're going to get into a good fight or a bad fight. But always have a trap in the back pocket. Okay, so this is the one. This is where I want to actually have it going on. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to clip all that other stuff off. I'm going to move this to the very start of my video. Maybe just in a little bit. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that video, the top video, and I'm going to go over here to the side. I'm hoping you guys can still see this. Right here. Oh, it's right behind. Sorry. It's called opacity. It's in the composite part of your video. If I adjust opacity, see how this video comes on and off? So that's 100% and down to 0%. So what you want is just the voice. You want just the voiceover. So then when I play this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this sound. You go to your audio setting on the right. You can adjust your volume. I'm going to bump the audio on that up a little bit. So it's over top of what's going on in the background. And then I'm going to bump the audio for the video down a little bit. So what you essentially get is that fine adjust. Okay, so that's the intro piece. I can then clip the rest of that off just because we don't need it. So I'm going to get rid of that. I hope this is helpful, guys. I really do. And then I'm going to clip this audio because we turned it down because we didn't want to hear it too much in the opening. But for the rest of the video, we're going to want to hear it. So I'm going to cut that. I'm going to adjust this audio section up while I leave this audio actually quite a bit down because you want to hear my voice, not the flying in, right? So here we go. Hey, crew. You don't always know if you're going to be walking into a good fight or a bad fight. So make sure you got a trap in your back pocket just in case you go down. Right. So now we've got that. What you guys want to know is now that I've created, okay, so we've got the videos put together, we got the reels created, we got voiceover in place. And now what we're going to do is, you can put tiles. So tiles are just your text. If you want to add custom text works just like everything else. You can put it right over top. So like, let's say I did want to add text. I'd be like, lay a trap, right? And I can adjust the color, make it red. I can adjust the size of it, make it bigger, hang on, adjust red. I can adjust the size. Bigger, smaller, yeah, whatever. Just so you guys know, like there's a bunch of different stuff you can do. You can do transitions where you drag transitions to link your stuff together. But again, guys, this is all stuff you can play with. I don't want this in here, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Now, once you've got the video the way you want it, how do you get it? All right, so here's the point that's important. Delivery. So the delivery tab over here, guys, go click on it. So what settings matter? Name. Okay, so we're going to call this video Lay a Trap. Okay, select where you want it saved to. Okay, I save all my stuff to my videos. Change to an MP4 format. Get it out of QuickTime. Change it to MP4. Your quality will be already set as best, and then you're going to add it to the render queue right here. Okay, so add render queue. That's going to kick it up over here. At the bottom of the render queue, there's a little button. It's behind my camera, unfortunately, called render all. Just go ahead, click render all, and it's going to start doing its job. Now you're going to look over in your videos. A little thing's going to pop up with the name Lay a Trap. And let's go. Okay, it just takes a couple seconds depending on how long the video is. It is now fully rendered. I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. You're gonna be able to see it's gonna pop up. My videos. You don't always know if you're gonna be walking into a good fight or a bad fight. So make sure you got a trap in your back pocket just in case you go down. Now, when you bring this over to Facebook or TikTok or YouTube, whatever, you're gonna be able to like put little labels in there, put sound onto it, do anything you want, guys. You can put sound on it in here too, import your sound files. But you know what? Like,
I'm down.
that's all up to you. This is the basic how to build your reels, guys.
And,
It's super easy. Let me know if you have any questions.
what was that?